All right, hey there, I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith with an update on our long-range weather forecast. And we've been in a drought, and we just had a new product come down from the Climate Prediction Center. This is the Drought Monitor, and it shows that we are in a deeper drought, abnormally dry over the entire area. I'll get that graphic up for you here, and it is definitely showing some dry air building in over the next couple of days still through the weekend. So this is likely going to get worse before it gets better. And let's see here. So the brown areas, which are right there, northern Mobile County, northern Baldwin County, up into Monroe County, and most of Clark County, are in a moderate drought. We're starting to see that develop in southern Jackson County and southern Mobile County, and then we're abnormally dry all the way across the Florida Panhandle. But there is some hope for some slightly drier air getting into the picture. And let's take a look at the water vapor loop first. And this gives us a really good idea of what's happening with our dry conditions right now. And I'm going to kind of split the screen here. So what's happening is we've got where you see the brown areas in through here. This is all really dry air coming down into the area. We've had an upper low that's been spinning up here, and on the back side of that upper low, we've been getting the drier air punching in. That's been the weather pattern this week. But that's going to change. So let's go to the upper level chart. This is some nerdy weather stuff, and this is the 500 millibar chart. So it's going to be the upper atmosphere, and this is what's going to happen next week. We've got a new upper low swinging into the picture. And I just mentioned that we were dry because of an upper low, but the upper low was positioned about right here, and as this thing spun counterclockwise, it was spinning dry air into the area. This new upper low is going to be positioned right here, and with the counterclockwise flow around the low, it's going to be bringing moisture up from the Gulf into the area. So same kind of a weather feature. It's a cutoff upper low, but this one is positioned to our northwest instead of our northeast, and that's why we've got a better shot at rain next week. Let's get a second opinion. Really good opinion here. This is the European model. It's been doing great all summer, and it too develops a cutoff upper low over our area starting Tuesday or Wednesday next week. What this is showing us, if we look at this, and it's normally the big picture, the upper pattern that determines our overall rain chances in the forecast. And so this is an upper ridge. See how it's building way up here and then coming back down? It's like a mountain or a ridge. It's over the southwestern United States. These are lower heights, so this is a trough, and it's kind of cut off from the jet stream, but it is in the position to bring us some drier air. So how does that play out in our moisture levels? Well, looking at dew points, we still can have some dry air this weekend, so we're probably not going to see much rain on Saturday. But next week, as that upper low begins to swing in, I notice a little trend where the dew points get up into the upper 60s. And if we drag this out into Tuesday night, see that dew point around 70, 72? That is a sign that things will be getting a little juicier. We could have enough moisture for some showers in the forecast. How about the rainfall outlook? Now, this is something we looked at last week, and it was showing this week was going to be dry. But the back half of September is green, meaning that it's going to be a little wetter than normal for us. It could be a lot wetter than normal right there closer to that upper low into the Tennessee Valley and the southern Appalachians. So kind of interesting there. And you can see how temperatures are cooler underneath that upper low. It'll be hotter over the western United States, but they're going to be a little cooler over Missouri and Arkansas. And we're going to be near normal, maybe a little bit above average, just because with the extra moisture, we're going to see warmer overnight temperatures, but the days will be decent. Highs will be in the 80s. Long range, I see that upper level low kind of kicking out, but the moisture still remains. And again, slightly wetter than normal all the way into early October. So there is definitely the chance of a dry air front getting into the picture. And taking a look at our 10-day forecast here, right now we've got rain chances up into that scattered range next week. I expect that to continue basically Tuesday to Friday. We could see stray showers really between now and Monday, but we're not seeing big chances, not the kind of rain that would begin to have a big impact on the drought situation. But we will be looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms, it appears, next week. So the weather pattern is starting to change. It may not be quite as cool with our overnight lows, but we've got some hope for some rain, especially next week by the middle of the week. And just kind of wanted to show you what was happening there in the long range here on this edition of Next Weather. Thanks for joining us.